What is going on, FUD Nation? Welcome back. It is a very special Christmas edition of FUD TV, and we're just going to be reflecting a little bit on the year, where crypto's at, where we're headed. And for the first time in a very long time, given the sea of green, we're going to actually be looking at the markets. But before we do that, let's just check out one quick thing because I'm really excited to show you this. Mama, we made it. We are at 1 million views on FUD TV. Making content for FUD TV started off as just a little bit of a hobby, and then it just became this journey that took over. The reaction I get from you guys is really what it's all about. I can't stress enough that it's you guys that makes this journey so special, and that the reason why I get up and make these videos before doing everything else in my day is because of you guys, and it's just so phenomenal to experience this interaction. So thank you guys so much. Anyone who likes, comments, subscribe, you guys rock. You know who you are. Thanks so much for 1 million. Here's to 1 million more. This isn't stopping. This is just beginning. So enough about us, enough about FUD TV. Thanks for 1 million views. Let's get to the news. You guys deserve it. So we're going to start by looking at CoinMarketCap here. We see that Bitcoin is still holding a little bit of gains on the 24-hour time span. We can see here, though, sort of a basic chart analysis. We can see that Bitcoin has kind of gotten rejected a little bit from this prior high. We see here that we had a prior high, when we first came down from the $6,000 range. We had this range of 4,300, 42 to 4,300 that we got sort of rejected at once, and then we got rejected down here at about 42, 4,300. Then we kind of came up and touched it again, and then we got slapped down, and then we came up again, and we're getting hit down again. I'm not a truly sophisticated technical analyst. I would recommend checking out Crown's Crypto Cave. He does daily technical analysis that's pretty phenomenal. He's got some really interesting insights as to what's going on here. But instead of paraphrasing him, I just encourage you guys to check it out if you want to know sort of about short-term price action on the charts and what you should expect. I think he's done a great job analyzing it. But as you can see, there's nice green across the board. Tron is really holding on to a ton of gains here. Tron was about 1.3 cents. And over the last week or so, it's just absolutely skyrocketed up. And we see Tron here well over 2 cents, holding those gains. At one point, it was almost 2.5 cents. So almost a full 100% movement from Tron over the last week or so. Very interesting stuff. Probably one of the best gainers by total market cap out of the whole bunch. But of course, we also had that huge move by Bitcoin Cash, putting them back in the number 4 spot. But they have tapered off significantly with a 7% drop, to be expected after such a huge run up. We see Ethereum making its way back, trying to compete again for that second spot. And then, of course, XRP with a huge move, and we'll talk a little bit about why that is, having everything to do with BuyNance in just a minute. One of the absolute most exciting charts to look at right now, and maybe not if you're in the stock market, but if you're like us and mostly invested in crypto, this stock market crash is kind of exciting because we've never seen a market cycle look like this. Here you see that we were, the Dow Jones was up here at almost 27,000. And then it came down, rallied back up to the low 26s, got rejected. Then it rallied up and it didn't even hit 26 and it got rejected from that. And, when you see these kinds of rejections here at key price levels, for the avid trader, that's a key sign to, get out, because this thing is about to go down. And we saw that with Bitcoin getting rejected in the high 16, 17,000s after falling from 20 to 10. And when that got rejected, a lot of smart traders got out, and this is what's going to start happening at, in the stock market. We have not yet seen a Bitcoin rally while the stock market was plunging or falling or crashing. This is a very interesting moment where we're going to get to test some assumptions as to Bitcoin being an alternative hedge to the traditional financial system, to traditional securities. So this is absolutely a defining moment where if Bitcoin performs well here, and as the stock market crashes, Bitcoin rallies, this could be a true indicator that instability in traditional markets will lead to true bullish sentiment in the crypto markets. Is it far too early to say anything about the current Bitcoin rally? I think so, especially as we haven't even seen it quite penetrate those 4,200, 4,300 levels of resistance that have been kind of critical over the last few weeks. We want to see it get through those, and then we also want to see it get up to that very critical resistance of 6,000. But before it does that, we can't really say for sure that we're back in a bull run or anything like that. But it is interesting to see that this stock market is absolutely plunging, totally, by all means having a crash. If you look at the year to date, it is the lowest it's been in 2018. And if you look at 5 years, you can see it is by far one of the steepest drops that you can see over the last 5 years. To be honest, you'd have to go back 10 years to really see any kind of drops as significant as this. So it's very interesting. Obviously, it could be bloody. Not a financial advisor, but I'd encourage everyone to make smart decisions about what looks like some instability in the traditional securities markets. And of course, who knows, this could lead to Bitcoin really catching a true seam here and getting a lot of the energy and a lot of the capital that's leaving the stock market looking for an alternative hedge. And we of course now have the news that BuyNance has listed XRP as the default currency, the default trading pair for a few different coins. Right now, they're going to be launching it with Tron and XRP, as well as Zcoin and XRP. So we'll see how this goes. They're now changing Ethereum markets to the alts markets, which is interesting. Maybe that's a little bit of a subtle dig at Ethereum. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think CZ is throwing shade at Ethereum by calling them alts markets? Is XRP showing signs that it could accelerate and come to match Bitcoin in market cap? What do you guys think about this movement, about the collaboration here between CZ and the XRP team? What do you think it means? Does it mean that XRP is going to be the number 2 forever? Does it mean that XRP could be the number 1? Is this big news, or is this kind of a big nothing burger? Let me know what you guys think. It's also kind of interesting news for Tron as well. I think it shows a little bit of the collaboration between Tron and BuyNance that's going on. We've seen Justin Sun and CZ getting into it, hanging out of late, so that could be part of what's going on there. Let me know what you guys think. I think this spells out tremendously positive signals for XRP and, to be honest, TRX as well. It shows that BuyNance is really supportive of those projects. We also got word of a project called nanospeed.live, which was created by some university students in Wisconsin, that essentially shows you how fast it is to send a transaction from New York to Singapore. And I just clicked this button. It says hold tight. We're hard at work. And we're going to see in just a couple seconds, it's going to, in under 4 seconds, 3.392 seconds, it confirmed a transaction from New York to Singapore. And that's kind of just trying to prove out the actual scalability and the speed of the Nano network. For me, what's exciting about this story is seeing that university students are digging in. University students are where a ton of innovation comes. And it just shows you this next generation is very supportive of blockchain and cryptocurrencies. I would say you never bet against the future. And right now, the future is crypto. In slightly less bullish news, we have Bitmain reportedly getting rid of its entire Bitcoin Cash client team. We know that Bitmain lost a ton of money on its investments in Bitcoin Cash, and that it overproduced its miners, and that its miner sales truly plummeted. What do you guys think this means? Is this indicative of weakness in Bitcoin Cash? Is this indicative of weakness in Bitmain? Is this spelling the end of Bitmain? We know that their IPO is hitting some rocky points because essentially allowing them to IPO as a cryptocurrency company or a cryptocurrency fueled company would legitimize them somewhat in the Hong Kong arena, and maybe that's a no-no from China. We've been hearing really competing theories as to how much success Bitmain should be expecting going forward, but let me know what you guys think. Is Bitmain hitting a snag that they're not going to get over, and is this indicative of the sky falling as far as Bitcoin Cash and the Bitmain team? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm curious what you guys think. Again, just reiterating what I was saying, Travis Kling, who runs Ikigai crypto asset hedge fund in Los Angeles, has reiterated my point about crypto has never existed during a bear market in traditional assets. So this is really untested, uncharted territory. This is kind of the moment that everybody has been waiting for. It's going to be very interesting to see if Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies become that hedge against traditional assets that we believe they will be. So this, over the next few months, will be extremely, extremely interesting to see if traditional markets continue on the downtrend and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are able to bring themselves out of their current bearish trend and again get into a bullish momentum. This would be an incredible, incredible time to be getting involved with cryptocurrency. Not financial advice. I'm just saying I get so excited when I look at macro trends like this. Again, more bullish sentiment. We have 6 new cryptocurrency ATMs installed every day in 2018. This is just allowing more accessibility into the cryptocurrency. Fiat to crypto on-ramps are truly one of the areas that need to be improved the most. Has any of you used a crypto ATM? I'm actually really curious. I've never used one. I'm curious what the experience is like. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like these crypto ATMs? How functional are these crypto ATMs for the actual crypto community? Let me know what you guys think. Are you using these things, or is this just, a headline for the sake of a headline? I'm curious, genuinely. We also have a follow-up on our story that Facebook is developing a stablecoin, and that's apparently been confirmed that they're going to be launching a stablecoin for currency transfers within WhatsApp. Wow, that's amazing. WhatsApp's been absolutely booming since they bought it a few years ago. And WhatsApp, if you don't know and you haven't traveled much internationally, when you're traveling, especially in Europe, and you have a lot of different people from different places, the immediate form of interaction is WhatsApp, because you don't need to know, so you don't need to friend someone, you don't need to add them on a social network. You can just have their phone number and send them a free message, and you don't need to have these crazy international rates. Obviously, WhatsApp's expanded tremendously into the local sort of domestic environment, but as far as international usage, it's one of the most popular communication tools on the planet. And so having this international sort of payments mechanism, a stablecoin that you can easily send via WhatsApp, wow, the implications of that are truly astounding. It's not quite putting it into Facebook, but it's kind of getting there, of having this ability to just hit anyone and everyone with just a phone number with a currency transfer. So that's a pretty phenomenal piece of news. It doesn't surprise me much. Obviously, I'm very much so looking forward to seeing what this does to the larger crypto community, because you know what it's like. Once you go crypto, you can't go back. So getting millions and millions or billions of people into crypto easily, being able to transact on a Facebook stablecoin, that would just be a phenomenal experiment. And who knows, the Facebook coin might rapidly come to occupy more market cap than any cryptocurrency on the current market caps. It's very hard to say, but it's certainly a positive step in the right direction for adoption. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys support this whole Facebook coin thing? Do you support the WhatsApp currency transfers? Do you think it's going to benefit our cryptocurrency community, our blockchain community, or do you think it's going to hinder it? Do you think it's going to be more centralization and more power for Facebook in a negative way? I'm curious. Obviously, Facebook is not exactly the most respected company in 2018. They've come against multiple scandals over the last year or two, and their cultural reputation is kind of on the down. So, part of the reason why we're creating Tron Chat, our social media network, is to create more decentralization and to empower users to control their data and earn from their actions more. But this doesn't really impact any of that stuff. This is just more about currency transfers. Let me know what you guys think. I'm always curious what the FUD TV audience thinks about this. And we also have the news that certain senators are pushing to have crypto assets regulated differently and to have essentially cryptocurrencies excluded from securities regulation, which obviously they're not securities, they are assets. And so I think it's pretty unfair to treat them in any way like securities, especially decentralized networks. And I think this is bang on the money. So hopefully this legislation gets passed and we can move into a much more sensible era for cryptocurrency innovation and not see all this have to leave the United States, because it would be a shame if the United States ends up becoming so prohibitive for innovation that all the companies just leave. I mean, at this point, there's very few American blockchain companies compared to what it should be. Looking at how America really led the charge of the internet revolution, I want us to lead the charge for the blockchain revolution as well. There's so much innovation that comes out of America. There's so much competition and exuberance and creativity flowing through the American culture that I really hope that the American entrepreneurs that feel passionately about this industry don't have to leave the country just to pursue their innovative dreams, to pursue their entrepreneurial dreams. So I think this is a phenomenal step in the right direction. Phenomenal. And I certainly hope that this bill passes in the very near. Well, that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. 1 million views. I cannot believe it. We're looking at unprecedented times here, with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency making runs while traditional markets are actually sinking and sputtering. This is a weird time and a very important and critical moment for cryptocurrency and blockchain. So exciting to be a part of. And I'm so thankful to be a part of this community with all of you. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy belated Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. I hope you guys have a wonderful and healthy holiday season. Let me know what you guys thought about this video in the comment section below. Tons of love here from the FUD TV team. As usual, I'm Elio Trades. You're watching FUD TV, and I'll see you very, very soon on the next episode.